Welcome back, people. Welcome back, people. Welcome back, people. And welcome back to the Harmless Grandpa, episode 6, part 3. Before we get started on this part, I want to shout out the best governor in all of America, Governor Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida. You know what I'm saying? My boy ain't down here. My boy down here, he ain't with the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I say we ain't having no mass mandates. We ain't teaching none of that woke bullshit in schools or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because school is for acquiring knowledge. Knowledge that you will, basic knowledge you need for everyday life. Knowledge you will need to obtain for either a trade or college. It's not for indoctrination or for wokeness and liberal policy. And I'm glad he was the one that said this. Listen, people, let me tell you something. And as y'all know, I don't vote Democrat. I have no use for Democrats, none of their policies, nothing. I just don't, and I'm quite sure by now y'all figured that out. But this, this bigger than the whole Democrat and Republican thing. This is about common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say, the Democrats, Lucy, and y'all Charlie Brown, it's because of the stuff that's going on right now. Listen. Now, I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Independent, Communist, Socialist, whatever you are. Oh, and by the way, on the side note, people, socialism and capitalism, they both can't coexist. It's got to be one or the other. But anyway, I digress. Let me see if this makes sense to y'all. This is one example of what I'm talking about. Now, for all you people who claim y'all believe the science, okay, the CDC says no American citizen at this point in time should travel to Central America. Let me say that again. Not the Harmless Grandpa Ron. The CDC says no American citizen should travel to Central America. Meanwhile, down on the border, all of Central America is flooding into Texas, in Chicago, in Arizona, in New York, in California, in Seattle, Minnesota, all these sanctuary cities. Again, who has an open border during the pandemic? Let me tell you what's going to happen. It's March the 20th, 2021. Let me tell y'all what's going to happen. And remember I told y'all this. Keep this in mind when it happened. Fauci already on TV talking about it's a different strand of COVID. It's not a different strand of COVID. What they're doing is when we have another outbreak, which we're going to have, because a lot of these people coming in the country, they have COVID. and they shipping them to all these different cities. So when the new outbreaks start, like in another month or so, they go put that on the new strain. They letting these people in this country for one reason, and that's because most of them go vote Democrat. This not about no humanitarian cause or like the Statue of Liberty. They say, send me, you're hungry, you're tired, your masses yearning to be free. It ain't about none of that. It's about voting. They gonna legalize these people as quickly as possible so they can vote Democrat. That's what this about, man. That's what this about. I got another thing for you. It's a man out in Washington State, a football coach, who had the audacity for his team to do a voluntary prayer after the football game, and he got fired. Took his appeal to one of the federal courts, I think. They denied it. Now, meanwhile, at this same school, biological males can't compete in sports against women. See, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is this. Now, no prep will be allowed. But if you a dude who say you identify as a female, because I'm telling you right now, man, I'm telling you right now, I say in the words of the late great Bernie Mac, I swear before Lord, man, I got 3 granddaughters. And they young right now. They like one of them. Both I got 2 of them that's 6 and one of them that's 4. So they still small. I'm telling you right now, when they get bigger and they start running track and playing t-ball and soccer and all this type of stuff, I wish I would see a dude out there running with one of my babies. It won't be no track meet that day. I'm telling you right now, it won't be a track meet that day. It will not be a track meet that day because I'm going on the track. They're going to have to take me to jail. It won't be a track meet that day. I'll be damned if a dude go run against my granddaughters. I'm sorry. And if that make me homophobic or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I just have to be that. Man, this is ridiculous, man. And the more time that passes, the more ridiculous it gets. You got to be freaking kidding me, man. So, basically, you know what I'm saying? These people don't want any dialogue. They don't want to discuss nothing. You know what I'm saying? Their idea of unity is we will be unified as long as y'all do what we tell you to do. Let's not go fly with me, buddy. I'm telling you right now. I tell you what y'all can do with y'all unity. No, thank you. I'll pass. If I got to, succumb to that nonsense y'all subscribing to. But that's part 3. That's part 3, episode 6 of The Harmless Grandpa. I'm going to have one more part. I talk about George Floyd for a little while, because he ain't worth talking about. I talk about him for a little while. And like they say at the church house, the lesson to be yours. That's part 3. Part 4 coming up. Stand back.